Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. Iracing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iracing.com.
Welcome everybody here to the Madhouse Racing League. We're not here on Sunday. Had some other obligations, but we're here on a beautiful Wednesday night for some racing here at the Irwindale Speedway. And we're not on the big track. We're on the little track here. As you see a overhead shot there, as they're going to qualify, and it's going to be an invert tonight for the Stadium Stock 50. You know, we do these inverts every week, and it seems to be putting on a really good show for you guys. So it's going to be a top 6 redraw for the Stadium Stock 50. So it's going to be interesting. I'm joined by a special guest tonight. I'm not sure if he's here yet. Mr. Wesley Outland, the voice of the Finish Line podcast and the voice of Caraway Speedway in North Carolina. If you've ever been to the Caraway Speedway, you know exactly who I'm talking about, and I'm sure you've heard him if you're in the drag racing scene, or you've been to Coastal Plains, or just about any track, whether it be asphalt or dirt in the Southeast.
I wear a lot of hats, don't I?
Yes, for sure.
I wear a lot of hats. Yeah, man. Yeah, doing well. Man, I'm fighting some allergies. This changing of the weather obviously has got me all messed up sinus-wise, but always good being able to work with you, Cody. Thanks for having me for tonight. I think the last time me and you worked a race together was July, and I think it was the Thunder Road Harley-Davidson Hampton Heat race, I guess we did.
Yep.
For Sobo.
Yep, it sure was. It's always fun when we get together because you never know what kind of racing we're doing, whether it be AI or real people. So it's always fun.
It is. We're at the inner track, that is the Irwindale Speedway. Obviously for iRacing, our coverage of the Madhouse Esports League. Ready to roll. By the way, I want to thank some of our sponsors. Our coverage of the stadium stocks here is presented by Privacy Fence Solutions. Privacy Fence Solutions are sponsoring the mini stocks, and these guys are going to qualify, and then they're going to pilge or redraw, I guess, to determine the lineup, and we're going to go 50 laps for that race, and then, of course, following that race will be the Twin 20s for the Sportsman Division, so it should be a good one here tonight. And I'm thinking the stadium stocks are going to be on the small track, the Sportsman will be on the big track, right?
Nope, both divisions will be on the inner track. So
on the small track, wow.
Yep, it's going to be fun. These guys that go to these small tracks, because a lot of these guys race at Bowman Gray Stadium, and they think the small tracks are the way to go. And I think the only big track they race on is the Throwback Weekend at Wilkesboro. So
there you go. So let's take a look at the track diagram of what is the Irwindale Speedway in virtual iRacing, Irwindale, California. If you're ever there at the real racetrack, let's take a look at what the configuration is on this racing surface, and obviously as we'll pull it up here for you. You see right now a panoramic view up high above of the racetrack, and looks like we have just about finished qualifying. Looks like there's about 12 minutes left to go, but there's still some time left, but I think we've got everybody qualified for the most part. It looks like unofficially Chase Pierce is going to be the fast man. All right, here's the details of tonight's race, session information, race information. Track length is half a mile. This is the big track. We're on the inner side of track of the racetrack, the inner loop, if you will, the inner part of the speedway. That's what they're racing on, but of course 6 to 12 degrees of banking. Straightaways are flat. They'll be running 50 laps here tonight, and of course we'll keep an eye on all of this on Elevated TV, as again, that is for the mini stocks. And then coming up later tonight, Cody, will be those Twin 20s for the Sportsman drivers. And man, you're on a small bull ring like this inside the big track, a smaller track at Irwindale, and there's going to be some tight, close corner racing, no doubt about it, when we get started.
Oh yeah, for sure. So it's definitely going to be fun. You're probably going to see some beating and banging. You're probably going to see the bumper being used. You're definitely going to be, see tight racing. You're going to, the expectation is you're going to see a couple cautions. Hopefully it's not a caution fest. And with us being another small track like Irwindale Inner, and we can get through these 50 laps and get on to the Sportsman Twin 20s, which I think I'm more excited for the Twin 20s, Wesley.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, of course. Right now, Chase Pierce has put down the fast time around the Irwindale Speedway. It is a 15.218. 15.218, the time to beat over Dominique Lumley. 15.291. 15.303 for Sean Hayes right now. Those are your top three. As, again, we are just getting ready to wrap up what will be qualifying. It says that qualifying, all the drivers have taken time of 13. Now, did you say, Cody, they're gonna pill draw now for the remainder of the lineup? Is that what we're being told?
Yes, sir. I believe the top 6 is what I'm being told is the going to be the redraw. So from about 7th, which starts at Jason McCaff, everybody from there down is starting in their position. So only Chase Pierce, Dominic Lumley, Sean Hayes, Cooper Reed, Billy Gregg, and Wyatt Sapp will be starting in a different position other than where they qualified.
Now, that's not an invert. That basically means they're going to pill draw from 1 through 6. And, I mean, you might still draw a 6. You might still draw a 1. It just depends on what number they come up with, basically.
Yes, yep. That is exactly right. And, looking at practice a while ago, Wesley, man, these times from, first to 13th were only about 2/10 off each other. And it looks like qualifying is about the same boat here.
Yeah, I'm looking at a 15.218 was obviously the fast time set by Mr. Chase Pierce. There you see car number 77. Dominique Lumley right there second with a 15.291. That's a 15.2018, 15.291. There you see the difference there of the times being showed. And again, right now, the powers that be working on getting the lineups set for the Privacy Fence Company. Of course, 50 lapper coming up here. Privacy Fence Solutions, thanks to them sponsoring our race for tonight's Madhouse esports series. So, Cody, let them know a little bit more about that series, man, how it starts and whatnot, because they race basically some of the best of Bowman Gray, Caraway, Orange County, Ace Speedway, real drivers, real crew members, and even fans for that matter come together and run this league.
Yes, for sure. And like I said, you got a lot of these guys. Chase Pierce helps guys at the stadium. Dominic Lumley, really good friends with Kyler Staley, a stadium stock driver. And he actually run the street stock division, him and his dad, which is Zach Staley. There you see starting in the 12th position. So, I mean, and Wyatt Sapp, he's actually a stadium stock driver at the stadium. So, and it looks like, Wesley, we have got our starting lineup here for the feature. So going to be sending that over to you here now, and we're going to get the starting lineup here for the top 6 and then go on from there.
All right, so the field getting ready to roll here, about ready to get them lined up, but we're ready to go for their 50-lap race. The field begins to grid behind the pace car. Remember, they're inside the inner track. That is the Irwindale Speedway. And we're ready to introduce the starting lineup for this Privacy Fence Solutions 50. The Twin 20s for the Sportsman up next. Here's your Gregg's Old Lexington front-end frame shop starting lineup. Chase Pierce is on the pole in the 77. Dominique Lumley on the outside in 62, row 1. Row 2, we'll find Sean Hayes in the 49. Coop Reed will be right there in the 14. Row 3, from the invert, Billy Gregg in the 98 as the field rolls with Wyatt Sapp in the 46 on the outside. Row number 4, Cooper Metcalf in the 291 and Ollie Ferguson in the double nickel. He'll start 8th. Row number 5, top 10 will find Colton Brooks in the 13 and Kyler Staley in the 31. Row 6, Jackson Casper. He knows him from the modifieds and more from Bowman Gray and other tracks in the 47, and Zach Staley alongside in the number 7. Timothy Walter will flank the back in the 44. There's the starting lineup, Cody. We're ready to go here for 50 laps. Hopefully it'll be a good, clean race, Love seeing the mini stocks on the Iracing card now, man. That's so cool to see them finally get a development and now being able, you can download them. I love the mini stock cars.
Oh, yeah. Man, the mini stocks are my favorite car as well. As we've got the green flag for the 50-lap feature here. And we're already 3 wide almost, Wesley.
Watch them dive down into that first corner. The invert, by the way. But that first lap for Pierce. Sapp right there in the second. Look at now Lumley battles up on the outside. They're going to go side by side. One guy going off racetrack. Brooks in the 13. Losing it, spinning on the outer part of the racetrack here at Irwindale. He's going to lose a lot of ground on the pack as they're working their way back to turn 1 and 2 now, Cody.
For sure. Here comes the 49. I'm seeing Sean Hayes. And Sean Hayes, a new guy here with the series. This is only his second race, and he's started deeper in the field than what he liked from the qualifying. He's already worked his way up to 3rd, and Dominic Lumley struggling on that outside. He's got to get down here with the bottom being the preferred line, Wesley, and he's going to do so there in 3.
That pushed out of the way, and obviously that puts him up in that top spot right now. Pierce shows the way, and that's 17. Sapp in second, Hayes in third, and right now it is a conga line. Everybody is right now single file conveyor belt right now, one by one behind the other, nose to tail or bumper to bumper, if you will. Now one jumping out of line for just a moment, peeking to the inside. Staley and Greg, that battle's going on, and meanwhile we watch this happen down into the corner. These guys are turning laps quickly, already down 5 of 50.
Oh yeah, and Wyatt Sapp is all over the back bumper of that number 17 machine of Chase Pierce. Chase Pierce has led all 7 laps so far, but Wyatt Sapp says, hey man, I'm here and I want to lead some laps too as they work through 1 and 2. There you see it, as Wyatt Sapp looking to go to the outside, try to find a better run on the 17.
Another lap on the board here, just trying to tick off laps one by one. Don't really think anybody's going to be needing to make any pit stops or whatnot in this 50-lap race. Already 42 remaining as we're quickly approaching 1/5 of the way through. You're on board now with the battle for the lead. That's Pierce. There's Wyatt Sapp. He's all up under the back end of the Cotto chassis leader machine as that goes onto the back straightaway. Cody in the 3.
As we see there, and it looks like Wyatt Sapp's going to bump the back bumper of the number 17 machine of Chase L. Pierce as they work on and put another lap down. And Wesley, we're 10 laps into this 50. We got 40 laps to go.
Obviously, top 6 on the redraw saw Chase Pierce, Derek Lumley, Sapp, Reed, Hayes, and Greg when the field came to the green flag. 11 now of 50 when they come back to the line. We're 40 laps to go, and everybody right now is even Steven trying to run down Chase Pierce. He's the Pied Piper right now in the early going of this event for the Privacy Fit Solutions 50, but right now nobody is really making a run for him for the lead. Jumping out of line is Hayes. Hayes opens the door to Lumley and Greg in 2.
Yep, it looks like Dominic Lumley give Hayes a little bit of a bumper there in the turn number 1, and it pushed Hayes up out on the outside groove, and that is not where you want to be, and it is showing you why you don't want to be right here. As Hayes has lost 4 positions just for being stuck on the outside, and I'm sure he's going to tuck right in here behind Casper. Jackson Casper, a smart modified tour regular.
There you go. What a big hello to Jonathan Sessoms and Dalton Chubb. Jonathan Sessoms, I got a text with him, Cody, the other day. Wants to go to his first ever NASCAR race. Hopefully it'll be at the Xfinity 500 weekend, just 2 weeks away. The penultimate race of the season for the NASCAR Cup Series at Martinsville at the Paperclip right now. Let's pick up Chase Pierce. He's the man that leads the way. Wyatt Sapp, Dominic Lumley, they're 1, 2, and 3. Big gaggle of traffic going on back as Ferguson, Reed, Metcalf going at it almost 3 wide. Now they back away going to 3.
Yeah, 3 wide, not what you want to do here. And Metcalf thinking about doing it, but he's getting impatient. He knows he's fast. He knows he's fast for these two. They're stuck side by side. Neither one of these guys wanting to give a lane, wanting to give room, and McCaff is just being impatient as we go on board with the battle right ahead.
And even though we're seeing such exciting racing, these drivers are being very patient with one another, though it's being kind of aggressive now, fighting for these spots. Quickly, the laps have flown by. 17 now of 50. Quickly closing in on halfway here in the Privacy Fence Solutions 50 for the stadium stocks of the Madhouse Racing League here in Irwindale on the Inner Loop racetrack. Right now it is Pierce the leader, Sapp and Lumley, Greg, Staley top 5, and there you see the leaders again, picking up again off 2.
Yeah, Wyatt Sapp still trying to get by Pierce. Wyatt Sapp, a stadium stock regular at the Madhouse of Bowman Gray Stadium. So Wesley, he knows how to wheel these mini stocks. Him and Kyler Staley, they're stadium stock regulars at the Bowman Gray, and they know all about these flat tracks and how to wheel these mini stocks around these places.
And right now Chase Pierce looking at a handful of laps here, next time by to the halfway mark, and look at now hitting his marks perfectly is Pierce in that number 17, Chase Pierce, but a guy that knows the Madhouse very well. This track very similar to Bowman Gray Stadium, if you will. It's kind of a flat racing here at the Inner Loop at the Irwindale Speedway. Is Wyatt Sapp, and right now he's methodically, patiently working his way to run down Pierce. Can't clear him yet as they work the back straightaway.
Yeah, Chase L. Pierce working, leading. Here comes Lumley. Looks like maybe Sapp's getting a little tied up off the corner there, Wesley, and not where what he wants to do here. And Pierce slowly gaining little more by more to drive away from him, and Dominic Lumley gaining more behind him, trying to catch him.
Chase Pierce still the leader as the halfway mark is approaching here in the Privacy Fence Solutions 50 for the Stadium Stocks at Virtual Irwindale of iRacing with the Madhouse iRacing League. It is Pierce the leader, Sapp in second, Lumley, Greg Staley. That's the way they are right now. Everybody quickly knocking down these 25 laps. Now we're ready for the second half of this race, and I got a feeling the aggression meter is going to peg now as they start getting to the home stretch of this race, Cody.
Oh yeah, for sure. As we see Cooper Reed dive there on the 291. This going on for the top 10. Cooper Reed, whoa, there it is.
And there it is, going around Reed in the 14. That's, of course, Cooper Reed in car number 14, putting us under our first caution of the race immediately with halfway showing 25 down and 25 to go here in the Privacy Fence Solutions 50. Here's a look at a replay of what happened to the 14 to put us under our first caution, and just simply a racing deal. It looked like just a little bump and banging and nowhere to go as he got brushed over the front bow with the other car there, and the 14 had nowhere to go and spun there, Cody.
Yeah, for sure. The 14 machine looking to try to get around the 291 and just pushed up a little bit, and nowhere for him to go to bring out our first caution.
So Elevated TV putting us under our first yellow flag of the race. Thank you very much. Austin Long chiming in. We blew up during practice. That's why we are not racing. Sorry, Austin Long. Hopefully we can get you back here for another race. We'll step away, and we got 23 to go with the Madhouse Stadium Stocks at Virtual Irwindale. Stay with us.
Coming up to the line, being chased, and it was Braden Johnson. Unbelievable finish. It was 1/1000th of a second between them.
Green flag in the air. We are racing in the 2020 24 Hours of Daytona.
They go door to door for the feature race lead here on the last lap of the race. Side by side for the race lead in the final corner at Homestead.
Down the back straightaway, 3 wide again for the race lead. This is unbelievable stuff here tonight.
Paloma is going to have to be very deep on the brakes, and he is very deep on the brakes. It's side by side through the corner. This is for the win.
Pace car getting ready to drop onto the pit lane. They are counting caution laps in an effort to make this race go by faster as the pace car scampers from the field. The green flag flies. By the way, we have made a trading paints adjustment during the commercial timeout, where hopefully they're working properly. The paints are matching what the cars are supposed to look like for the drivers. And boy, it is getting crazy on the restart there, Cody.
Yeah, for sure. We were 3 wide at a moment, and we got a battle for your race lead as we work down into turn number 3, Wesley. Dominic Lumley has found his way around Wyatt Sapp, and he is to the inside of the 17 of Chase Pierce, and they do the choose cone here. So Lumley put himself in the right position on the choose cone there for the restart, Wesley.
Made it work for sure in his favor as right now these drivers put another lap on the board. Lumley up in front. He leads the way now. Pierce falls back to second. Little damage, it looks like, on the front clip of that car. Lumley stays to the inside. Pierce is right there up high now. Open the door to Sapp. Sapp can't power in on the bottom. And all this goes on as they continue to battle for the lead-off forward.
Yes, Chase Pierce working the outside line like he is a skilled veteran. He is, and I can say he is a skilled veteran at iRacing, but it looks like Dominic Lumley is going to clear him, and he's going to try the crossover move on him, Wesley.
And trying to go for that crossover down on the inside. Here comes now Pierce. Throws the block up on the outside. Here comes now Lumley. Trying to battle along, door to door, stride for stride, down into 3. Sapp losing ground about a car length or 2. Here they come, side by side again at the line, and we got contact in the back. Greg goes around. Greg in the 49 lock horns. That's Sean Hayes, and the caution will come out as they almost T-bone each other halfway down the front straightaway below the start-finish line. Caution out for the second time with 14 to go.
Let's take a quick look here at what happened. Looks like Hayes got a little loose there, and Billy Gregg just got into the right or left rear of him, and around went the 49 machine of Sean Hayes.
And what a tough break there. Don't forget, coming up, twin 20s for the sportsman cars here on the inner loop. That is Irwindale Speedway on Elevated TV. Wesley Outlet, Cody Deemers here with you. 13 laps to go in the Privacy Fence Solutions 50. And this has been a kind of quiet race, right? You know, I kind of pictured this, Cody. You know, we get to the first half, first 25 laps, be patient, get in line. Ride and drive. I say that in no disrespect, but that's honestly what you need to do. Get to the second half of the race, and now you've seen 2 caution flags in less than 10 laps, and this is the exchange one down, 12 to go. And by the way, they aren't counting caution laps. That's going to make the race go by faster. They need to take that into consideration as well.
And also, we have the choose cone, so you know, if you've never seen the choose cone, I'll let Wesley kind of give you guys while they're watching a little partake on the choose cone.
I mean, basically Charlotte and now NASCAR, but Bowman Gray Stadium's done it for a long time. Other series have done it for a long time. The choose cone basically is where the leader on back chooses inside or outside, and basically you have that choice. You can either commit to the bottom, you can commit to the top. However, once you pass that choose cone and you commit to where you're going to go, like you're seeing right now, first 2 cars go to the inside. Now you see the other guy from maybe 3rd or 4th on back. He's going to battle back on the outside lane. And what's so cool is the top 5 cars, Cody, could be on the inside of the racetrack. The man in 5th or 6th position could battle on the outside, wait for that restart, hold his line, and you're racing right there for the win. I love the choose rule.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We just seen Staley go from 5th to 2nd right there and have a bad restart.
I rest my case, and you got to have a good restart. That's all the ingredients of the batter to make that perfect cake work. And right now, Staley trying to redeem himself as he gets quickly back to the bottom of the racing groove. We're in 9 laps to go now, 8 to go here. This race flew by fast, Cody. That's coming to the finish.
Oh, yes, we got a caution flag that's flying.
Uh-oh. Another yellow flag will come out.
Looks like Sean Hayes
Billy
Gregg.
Sean Hayes and Billy Gregg again. They got some history. Remember what happened the last caution. They T-boned one another, and let's see what Billy Gregg and Sean Hayes have done this time. Oh, yep, there you go. Pity for your thoughts, Chief.
Again, they get together and bring out the caution once again.
Cody, that's almost unison of what happened off turn 4, what just happened off turn 2, and these guys are still rubbing fenders with one another. Yeah, yeah, man.
They are definitely not too happy with one another, as we see there. Them letting each other, hey, no, you spun me once, okay, you spun me twice, now I'm not happy.
Dominique Lumley now being the man that showed in the top spot as these laps are winding down. 5 laps to go. Remember, caution laps count. We'll get ready to settle this here now. Hopefully we can get this race going back pretty quickly. And what, Cody, we're watching all these guys driving up on the top of the racing track. Why are they doing that for?
Probably just getting their tires warm or just following, or it looks like we might even be going to a single file restart because they have a rule in the series that 2 consecutive cautions causes a single file restart. It looks like we're even coming to the choose cone here.
Yeah, they at least get a lap or 2 before the caution come out, and looks like everybody's committing to the inside. It looks like we're under 10 laps to go. 4 to go, so it looks like it will be a single file restart. Lights are off on the Iracing pace car. You'll see that pace car scamper from the field here in turn 4 in just a moment. Dominique Lumley, he's got 3 laps to hold off Pierce, Staley, Sapp and company as they come back to the restart zone. Green flag after the 3rd caution, ready to settle the Privacy Fit Solutions 50 here at Irwindale as they're on the back straightaway. Cody Deemers for the finish.
Yeah, whoa! Pierce going to drive it in there, get to the inside of Lumley. Lumley looking for 2 wins on this year so far. This would be a 2nd one. Here comes Pierce to the inside, 2 to go. Popsicle sticks. We're coming back to the white flag, Wesley.
Yeah, they're coming to the back straightaway now. Lumley up on the outside. Pierce hugs the bottom. Here comes Staley looking on and Sapp. White flags in the air. 1 more lap to go. This is it now for the finish. Up high goes Lumley. To the inside goes Pierce. Pierce to the inside. Lumley up top. Lumley to the back straightaway. Willin and Dillon into the 3rd turn. And now Pierce fights back on the bottom. They're banging sheet metal. Pierce is going to win. Chase Pierce wins over Dominique Lumley by 0.03 at the finish of this race.
Wow.
Daly will watch on and finish third.
Holy moly. What a finish. 2/1000ths of a second is what it comes down to. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is why they call it the Madhouse Racing League, because you never know what you're going to get in one of these races. Side by side, Wesley, you can't ask for no better than a side by side nose to tail finish.
Very clean race. The race that took less than 16 minutes to run for 50 laps. And of course, when it's all said and done, Chase Pierce picking up the win over Dominique Lumley. Lumley, I think, was trying to commit to the outside. I think he thought maybe if I ran up top, I'd have a better line, but it ran out of time. And Chase Pierce quickly able to get the victory in that number 17 machine. He is burning it down in victory lane with Lumley and Staley on the podium. Here's a look at the results for the, of course, Privacy Fence Solutions 50. And there it is, the top 10. Chase Pierce over Dominique Lumley. Now they're to the 0.3 of a second, and it's going to record down to 0.035. At the finish line, it was just 0.03. But it's 3.5 at the line over Kyler Staley in third. Now we're on the podium. Wyatt Sapp, Ollie Ferguson, your top 5. Colton Brooks, Jackson Casper will finish in 7th. Cooper Metcalf, Coop Reed had problems earlier. He'll finish in the top 10. Timothy Walter as well. And it looks like Staley, that's Zach Staley, Billy Gregg, and Sean Hayes will finish in the back. And those are guys that obviously had a couple of mishaps with one another, and they could never get back to the front for the finish of the race there, Cody.
Yeah, for sure. And Sean Hayes and Billy Gregg, they last week they had a little bit of a bump and run with each other, and looks like it kind of carried over to here. But you'll have that, Wesley, when it comes to racing. You know, you always got to have a good rivalry or and anything in any kind of racing deal you do. So. Yeah, other than that, a really good race. 50 laps is the way to go, and we're going to get Chase Pierce up here and get him in the booth with us and get him an interview, Wesley.
Here we go. Let's, of course, we'll get you ready for those twin 20s for the Sportsman coming up next. But first, let's grab the winner, Chase Pierce. And Chase, congratulations, man. Made a good move on that last restart when it was single file. Took advantage and got around Lumley. Lumley looked like he was committed to the outside. You quickly dove to the bottom, made the clear, and got a big win. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. That was a hard race. I mean, we ran single file under green flag for a while there with Wyatt behind me, and he stuck with me there for a long time, and I never could shake him. And then we got that yellow and stacked things up, stacked the field back up together, and Lumley was able to get under me there, and he kind of ran a little wide there after the restart, and I was able to drive under him and just hold on to it, pass him on the bottom, and then we raced it out those last 2 laps side by side, and I was able to beat him to the line. That was a fun 50 lap right there.
Chase, we're watching the replay of that last restart. There was some contact between you and Lumley. Did you think you might have damaged your car more than what it was, or is that just the fabric of what stadium stock racing's about for the finish of the race?
No, that was just racing for the win. 2 hard competitors going for it at the end.
Well, buddy, congratulations. Before I let you go, man, thank your sponsors.
All right, yeah, my parents, Top Hat Comics, Stick Shifter Sim Racing, Bark Buddies, Shell Bell Bonds, Red's Donut Shop, you guys for the great broadcast, Staley for the league, and Iracing for the great sim.
So Chase Pierce picks up the win in the Privacy Fence Solutions 50 for the Stadium Stocks at Virtual Irwindale. We take a break for iRacing on Elevated TV, and when we come back, we get ready for the first of the twin 20s of the Sportsman. Next, stay with us.
Coming up to the line, being chased, and it was Braden Johnson. Unbelievable finish. It was 1/1000th of a second between them.
Green flag in the air. We are racing in the 2020 24 Hours of Daytona.
They go toe to toe for the feature race lead here on the last lap of the race. Side by side
race lead. This is unbelievable stuff here tonight.
Aloma is going to have to be very deep on the brakes, and he is very deep on the brakes. It's side by side through the corner. This is for the win.
It'll be side by side. Davies low, Ottinger high. To the very inside is Garrett low. 4 wide at the stripe.
For all he's worth here on this outside line, neck and neck. Who's going to back out? Does anyone back out?
Verstappen starts to squeeze on the inside, and now he'll try and straight line it. Goes under the apron, drag race to the line. It's so close to call.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. Iracing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iracing.com.
Welcome to Elevated Television. We are home to the Pitfall Podcast Tour, the Madhouse Racing League, and if you are looking for a league or in a broadcast company looking to shine and show your name out there, look no further than Elevated Television. Do more than just broadcasting. We also do quality edits with HD picture quality and more here in just a few of what we do here over on Elevated Television. Overlays. We do all forms of racing from late models to NASCAR. So if you're a league owner looking to get your league out there, look no further than Elevated TV. Make sure you check out Elevated Television on YouTube, Facebook, and more. And since we are elevating your game, high-quality sim racing broadcast since 2022.
coming up to the line, being chased, and it was Braden Johnson. Unbelievable finish. It was 1/1000th of a second between them.
Green flag in the air. We are racing in the 2020 24 Hours of Daytona.
They go door to door for the feature race lead here on the last lap of the race.
Side by side for the race lead in the final corner at Homestead.
Down the back straightaway, 3 wide again for the race lead. This is unbelievable stuff here tonight.
Aloma is going to have to be very deep on the brakes, and he is very deep on the brakes. It's side by side through the corner. This is for the win.
It'll be side by side. Davies low, Ottinger high. To the very inside is Garrett Low. 4 wide at the stripe.
For all his work here on this outside line, neck and neck. Who's going to back out? Does anyone back out?
Verstappen starts to squeeze on the inside, and now he'll try and straight line it. Goes under the apron, drag race to the line. It's so close to call.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. Iracing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iracing.com.
What now? What'd you say?
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is.
Coming up to the line, being chased, and it was Braden Johnson. Unbelievable finish. It was 1/1000th of a second between them.
Green flag in the air. We are racing in the 2020 24 Hours of Daytona.
They go toe to toe for the feature race lead here on the last lap of the race.
To deliver the most accurate driving experience possible.
Side by side for the race lead in the final corner at Homestead.
Down the back straightaway, 3 wide again for the race lead. This is unbelievable stuff here tonight.
Race against
Alova is going to have to be very deep on the brakes, and he is very deep on the brakes. It's side by side through the corner. This is for the win.
It'll be side by side. Davies low, Ottinger high. To the very inside is Garrett Low. 4 wide at the stripe.
For all he's with here on this outside line, neck and neck. Who's gonna back out? Does anyone back out?
Verstappen starts to squeeze on the inside, and now he'll try and straight line it. Goes under the apron, drag race to the line. It's so close to call.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iracing.com.
Hey, we're back with coverage of the Madhouse Racing League. And now we get ready for the Twin 20s for the Sportsman. Welcome back. I'm Wesley Outland. Cody Deemers is alongside. And obviously the stadium stocks put on a phenomenal show. And now we're going to see Cody, what the sportsman cars will provide around this inner loop racetrack here at Virtual iRacing Irwindale Speedway. My friend, welcome back.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And we appreciate everybody that has stuck around through the long intermission. Getting these guys a little bit of practice. Was just speaking with Staley, and he's struggling with his setup as far as gear. And Wesley, these guys don't know what open setup is. Basically, you have a fixed and you have an open setup on iRacing. A fixed setup is something that iRacing has given you, and an open setup is something you have made your own. So that throws a little twist, because then with the open setup stuff, you have to make a setup. You have to put time and effort into it, and if the gear's not right, or this isn't right, or the spring rate isn't right, you just have all these things you have to factor. It looks like we have events this session.
Yeah, basically a fixed setup means that everybody is on the same level, same level playing field, if you will, kind of like IROC, nice way of saying it. If it's an open setup like we're going to see here, then you can literally tinker and make adjustments and do things accordingly how you wish to do with your car. And, you might have to make changes along the race. You might start off tight or free and then have to make adjustments to loose up or tighten up. So definitely it's going to be interesting to see how all this shakes up, no doubt, coming up here. This race, Twin 20s, coming up in just a moment.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And, man, these Twin 20s always put a partay into everything. They're doing the redraw right now for qualifying, seeing what the draw is going to be. Basically, what they do with the Twin 20s and the Sportsmans is they put either 2, 4, 6, or 12 on a wheel. They spin it, and whatever that number is what they'll invert after they qualify. So basically, usually, and they've been doing, Wesley, is it's by points. So your first guy in points, they'll spin a wheel, and if he gets the number is where he starts. So it's kind of cool. However, how they do it, because some weeks they do it where they do 2, 6, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and then some weeks they do it where it's by drivers. So they'll put all like 1 through 12 if they have 12 drivers on a wheel, and they'll spin the wheel, and what number that lands on is where that driver starts that week for the first twin. So it's cool how they do things.
Yeah, right now, kind of getting everybody into position in just a moment for the qualifying to go on track in just a few moments after we have drivers making adjustments or whatnot. You'll see these cars starting to make their way on the racetrack, and again, they'll be qualifying to determine their lineup. Now, am I right now, Cody? There's a pill draw like the other race, correct?
For the second race, yes. I believe they...
So the first one's based on your qualifying time. Race 2 will be a pill draw based on the finishing order.
Yes. And like I said, some weeks they do it where they draw for position, like they do a pill draw for the first race, and then they do an invert for the second race. And then some weeks they do it where it's based off of qualifying, and they'll invert a random number. So it's cool how they do things.
There we go. We'll see how all of that starts up. Here is the session information, and we kind of showed it to you earlier about what is the virtual Irwindale Speedway for iRacing. There it is, half-mile oval. And, of course, there is a small quarter-mile racetrack. That's what they'll be running on, that small racetrack inside the X, if you will. It's 6 to 12 degrees of banking. And then the straightaways are flat, twin 20s tonight. So, again, they'll run qualifying in just mere moments, lock themselves in for that first race, 20 laps. Then they'll have an invert and run the other 20 laps. There's a look at the weather conditions. Temperature at 71 degrees in sim time. Humidity is at 1, whatever that means. I guess it means it's not humid at all. Right. Track temp at 74, and there's a little wind speed blowing between 1 to 2 miles an hour. From the west.
From the west. Man, and the last Twin 20s, we've seen Kyler Staley and Dominic Lumley pick up the win last week. And I will say Dominic Lumley and Kyler Staley have been the dominating factors. Chase Pierce has had bad luck in the sportsman division. We've seen him win the stadium stocks a while ago, Wesley, by the shin of his teeth. You couldn't ask for a better race there, and so he's definitely looking for to sweep the night. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how fast he is and where he starts. He's had bad draws as far as where he started. So he's looking for a good draw tonight, and hopefully he can stay out front.
Yeah, that was a good show for sure. Watching now, ready to see what these guys will do. That'll let us, I believe, step away real quickly for another break. Hopefully, when we return, they'll be on the track qualifying, and we'll be ready to roll here with the Madhouse Racing League Twin 20 Sportsman here at Irwindale Speedway. Stay with us. More elevated TV coverage of iRacing in a moment.
Coming up to the line, being chased, and it was Braden Johnson. Unbelievable finish. It was 1/1000th of a second between them.
Green flag in the air. We are racing in the 2020 24 Hours of Daytona.
They go toe to toe for the feature race lead here on the last lap of the race.
Side by side for the race lead in the final corner at Homestead.
Down the back straightaway, 3 wide again for the race lead. This is unbelievable stuff here tonight.
Aloma is going to have to be very deep on the brakes, and he is very deep on the brakes. It's side by side through the corner. This is for the win.
It'll be side by side. Davies low, Ottinger high. To the very inside is Garrett low. 4 wide at the stripe.
For all he's worth here on this outside line, neck and neck. Who's going to back out? Does anyone back out?
Verstappen starts to squeeze on the inside, and now he'll try and straight line it. Goes under the apron, drag race to the line. It's so close to call.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iracing.com.
Welcome back to coverage of elevated TV iRacing and the Twin 20s for the Sportsman about to get underway, the Madhouse Racing League. I'm Wesley Outland. Cody Deemers is alongside, and we are about ready to introduce the starting lineup for the Sportsman drivers as they get ready to get into position. 13 drivers on the ready for 20 laps, and hindsight would say, you know, you got 2 20-lap races. Let the first one be what it is. Get out here, race that hard, that second 20-lapper. But obviously, Cody, we don't know what we'll see until these guys get on the racetrack and we get ready to go for it. Yeah. Yeah, let's give you the lineup. Chase Pierce will be the man that'll be on the pole, obviously, in that number 17 machine, Chase Pierce. Timing and scoring is showing him as 77, but he is in the 17 in row number 1 to the outside. Wyatt Sapp in the number, of course, 46, making up row number 1. Row 2 will find modified standout, 602s and more. Jackson Casper in the number 47. To his outside, Dominique Lumley will be in, of course, the number 62. That'll be row number 2. Row number 3 will find the driver of Timothy Walters. Timothy Walters, of course, is driving the 44. To his outside will be Billy Gregg. Billy Gregg will be in the 6th position. Of course, he's driving the 98 machine. Moving on to your top 10 starters, you'll find the driver of wait a second. I'm sorry. I said Billy Gregg will start 6th. 7th will be Ollie Ferguson. My apologies. Ollie Ferguson is in the 55. Now we move into row number 5, and that will be Cooper Metcalf in the 8th position. Alongside with him, Austin Long in the 9th spot. Austin Long will be, of course, in the the number 36 medium machine, I guess, is what they're showing. So remember, medium is Austin Long. Just want to throw that out there. So then it's going to be Kyler Staley in the back. He'll start 10th in the 31. Colton Brooks will be starting 11th. He's in the 13 machine, followed by Zach Staley, and he'll start 12th. Zach Staley is in the number 7. Cooper Reed in the back of the 14. Shotgun on the field. So there is the starting lineup for the first of the twin 20s. Now, remind you, I'm going to stay with you as long as I can, but I have another iRacing broadcast obligation at the top of the hour. And about 8:55, if it's not done, I'm going to have to bolt here. Hopefully, we'll be able to finish as you see these cars starting to get on the racetrack now, Cody. We're ready to go here for the Twin 20s. We've already met the lineup, and these guys are getting into position here. Remember, Chase Pierce and Wyatt Sapp will be on that invert. Of course, they'll be on the pill draw for the front row whenever we get started in a moment. All right. So Pierce and Lumley on the front row. Once we get everybody lined up here, we'll get ready to roll the field off. Twin 20s. Twin 20s. Twin 20s for the Sportsman. What a beautiful looking sight that is. Those cars right there. And you see the cars are pulling out of line and they're trying to get into order here. Part of me thinks it's just smart to roll the field off and then try to get into position. I think it's a lot easier.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, instead of getting discombobulated like they're doing right now. So we're trying to get the lineup correct with, of course, Pierce and Sapp on the front row. That's exactly what they're doing. Twin 20s.
Field getting all set up, and we're going to go racing for 20 laps. Hopefully we can get through these 20 laps and smooth and easy. And Wetzler, that's what you want it to be. You want it to be smooth and nice and easy.
Move transition into the next one for sure.
For sure. So here we go.
Pierce and Sapp on that front row. Beautiful looking race cars. The 77 and the 46 right there alongside. Here comes the pace car. Dropping onto the pit lane, entering on the front straightaway. It's time. Race 1, Twin Sportsman, Madhouse Racing League. We're green at Irwindale. Back straightaway, whole shot. Give it to Pierce on the inside. Sapp right there behind him in the left rear quarter panel. Casper and Lumley, we got some cars spinning in the back. Hold on to it, guys. 55, 29, 98 wrecking. Ollie Ferguson. Looks like Austin Long is caught up in it as well. He's medium, by the way. Metcalf and others. Here's a look at the replay. Oh, man. And this is not what you needed to do coming out of the gate on the opening laps here, Cody Deemers.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely got to be a little bit more patient and get through these first couple of laps and kind of fill the car out and ride, and you know, you're going to see things like that, especially when you got your faster guys in the back and your slower guys in the middle. And
Oh yeah.
you know, the pill draw, you know, can hurt you, but it can also help you. You know, you might get a bad qualifying run, or, you know, you might not qualify at all and pull up number pill. And also here, they're going to do the choose cone in the sportsman's too. So you never know, it might help you as well. But it looks like we're going to be single file for this one.
So the caution coming out here. We'll work on getting the field reset, get back going again. As right now, Chase Pierce, Wyatt Sapp, Jackson Casper, Dominique Lumley, Kyler Stanley, top 5 back to green at Irwindale. And remember, caution laps count. That'll make the race go by quicker as well, Cody. But you want to get green flag laps under your belt for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You definitely don't want to be, you know, wrecking, and we're already wrecking again.
No, wow, what a hard shot there for Coop Reed in the 14 into the wall. He tried to roll away, but he couldn't get rolled in time. Caution will be summoned for the second time here with a handful of laps in.
We go back here. Look at it. See the number 14 there on the inside of Kyler Staley. Or Zach Staley, excuse me. Looks like Zach just gave him a bump and... Oh! Hard lick there for the number 14 machine. He's going to bring that number 14 down pit road, Wesley.
So Chase Pierce, Wyatt Sapp, Jackson Casper now, your top 3. As the caution comes out, got guys on pit lane for service. Zach Staley getting checked out on the pit lane. So is Coop Reed. Staley back on pit exit. Gotta wonder how badly damaged Coop Reed's car is, man. He walloped the wall big time. You saw on the replay. Can we see it again for the turbo chassis? Number 14 on elevated TV. Watch this. What a hit for the 14 as we go onto the yellow flag. Watch this one more time with 12 laps to go here, Cody. It's like we're trying to catch up to it right here now, and you find a replay of it.
See if we can find him right here.
Yeah, there he is right there. There's the turbo.
See if we can't go back just a little further. One more time. Doesn't look like... There it is.
Yeah, right about here is when it happened. Yeah.
Here we go.
Wow, what a hit. And we're back to green, by the way. Back underway, back to racing. Well, there's the 14, and oh, man, and just as fast as we got going again, look at that from another angle.
Yellow
Got some
flag
cars crashing again on the restart. That was Zach Taylor and Coop Reed again.
Yep, Zach Staley and Cooper Reed. So we go back and see what happened here with them.
We literally were just coming back to the restart, and we saw those cars spun.
We get a look here on the number 7. Whoa! To bring out the caution. Not what we wanted to see again is, looks like twin number 1. We're already 8 laps to go, and we're coming back to the green, Wesley. Not the way the twin 1 wanted to go, but looks like Chase Pierce may walk away with it.
Anybody got anything on this late race charge, you better show it now.
Here comes Casper. Casper trying to look to the inside of the 46 machine of Jackson Casper. He's going to do it right here to turn number 3, Wesley.
Right now, let's watch this again. Casper showing a really good, strong car. Look at this now. Another lap on the board. Race on.
Here we go as we work back down into one. Whoa! The 13 of Colton Brooks and Wyatt Sapp got a door bang up off of 2.
Chase Pierce, Jackson Casper, anything left? Pierce is gone. Can Casper count him? No, he cannot. He's losing ground. Casper's got to hold off Lumley behind him. There's the battle for second. Pierce loves this. He's pulling away.
Yes, we see Lumley there diving to the inside of the 47 machine, and yellow flag going to come out with 2 laps to go.
And a late race caution here to wrap up race number 1 as the 46 goes around. That's Sapp. What might have been for Wyatt Sapp. He had such a good run going for him. He spins again.
I'm not sure if something broke on that car or what.
And we'll reset and go try one more time. Look at how badly damaged the 46 car is, the Sapp. Man.
Definitely not.
Boy, he got crinkled up sheet metal big time there. And now Chase Pierce got to hold up. Wait a minute. Are they saying this race is over?
Race is over. Checker
It
flag
is.
has fallen.
Yes, it is. They're saying it's done. Wow. This race is over. Give the win to the 77 of Chase Pierce.
And we're lining up for race number 2 already.
So race number 1 in the books. Chase Pierce, the 77, winner of race number 1. Look at the results. Jackson Casper, Dominique Lumley, Kyler Staley, Colton Brooks, your top 5. What a phenomenal job by Chase Pierce. Held in there. A lot more caution flags, Cody, than I thought we were going to see. But when it's all said and done, Chase Pierce will pick up the win.
Yeah, for sure. And definitely definitely a wild one for sure. As we seen a lot of cautions. I mean, we definitely, I felt like we seen a different group of drivers from the stadium stocks to the sportsmen's there for the second race.
What a phenomenal job again, Chase Pierce getting it done. They're going to reset again. The field will be loaded in just a moment. There is an invert.
It is a 10.
From last to first, right? Is it 10? The number 10 is your invert.
Yep.
So basically, Timothy Walter will move to the pole. Chase Pierce will start 10th. Everyone else will start in their original position.
This is going to be interesting. Like I said earlier, the invert plays a big factor in things when it comes as far as, you know, putting slow guys at the front. And you know, Wesley, in my protect is being, you know, a fast guy, you still got to be patient, you know, because you're not going to win it on lap 1. And the fast guys, the slow guys are out front. If you're faster than them, you just be patient, work your way around them because they'll make slip-ups. So
you're exactly right. Yeah. You're exactly right. We'll see how this all shakes out here with Chase Pierce now winning again race number 1. There's going to be the invert. The number is 10. So if you start in the 10th position, hey, big shout out to my buddy Andrew Garris, Pro Fabrication, obviously on the sponsor of that 47 machine. Jackson Casper, there's that car. By the way, check out Jackson Casper, Casper the Friendly Ghost. He runs up, of course, in the 602 Modifieds, Carolina Crate Modified Series. Runs at Caraway and more. Always good seeing Jackson Casper, the Win Technologies entry. And the 77, obviously, getting it done here in race 1. Race 2 coming up. Trying to get everybody rolled into position here as they'll get into their spots. 10 is the invert, as you mentioned. And remember, I'll tell you what, Cody, they got to get into invert spot quickly because we're going to be coming to the green flag in another lap or 2.
Yep, for sure. And it looks like everybody's going to be getting into the position already. So these guys usually do it pretty quickly. They kind of know where they're starting at. So and Timothy Walters is in that Mobile 129 machine. I believe that is the Cars Tour driver.
Brent Cruz. It looks like Brent Cruz's number. Yep, you're exactly right. It looks like the Kevin Harvick Incorporated Mobile 1 number 29 of Brent Cruz. And that, of course, is going to be Timothy Walters' car, 44. Billy, Greg, Metcalf, and the other driver in the medium machine. I think we said that was
Austin Long.
Austin Long. Work on your names next time, buddy. I don't know what the hell medium is. Brookston Ferguson, followed by Staley Lumley, Casper, Pierce. There's the invert. Sap, Reed, and Staley stay the same. Final preliminary of tonight's Madhouse iRacing League is green as we got contact in 2.
Yeah, as we see in the Cooper Met lap, and we're going to stay green. Everybody's going to be good. Whoa, hang on.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Knew that was bound to happen. Couple of cars getting together. And the caution will come out. They're going to say Coop Reed and Billy Gregg got together.
So we look here at the restart. Look at the 29. Ferguson already putting it 3 wide in that 55 machine. Everybody hanging on to it.
Yeah, look at that GSR 29 right there in the middle, Cody. Sorry for cutting you off, man, but look at that. That's where it all got started right there.
Yep.
When they got 3 wide and then they got loose, and then all of a sudden nowhere to go for those other cars. And around goes Greg and company. Wow.
Definitely not what these guys wanted to see early on here. And remember, Wesley, caution laps do count. So this race is going to go by pretty fast if we're riding it around under caution.
So another caution flag on the number 20. Well, let's say they call it on Metcalf, Reed, and Sapp, I think is what they're going to call it on. Maybe Billy Gregg got a piece of it. 17 remaining. By the way, keep an eye on Pierce, winner of race number 1. Cody Deemers, he's already moved his way up 4 spots to 6th position. Wow.
Yep, he's definitely, and look at Casper. He started 9th, Wesley. He's made his way up to 5th. So the top 2 guys have already made up 4 positions each. And it's going to be a single file restart here.
Timothy Walter in that 44. Of course, on time and scoring, that is the Brent Cruz, Kevin Harvick late model Mobile 129 Toyota. Ready to come back to the box. We're green flag and single file with 16 to go now. And just 15 now remaining as the clock changed back. Let's look and watch them. Oh boy, Ferguson under attack. He went up way, way high. That's, of course, Walter. Walter now's got Ferguson to the lead. Ollie Ferguson, Kyler Staley, power bottom on the inside. And free falling now is Walter. Now he gets back in the gas again, battles alongside with the other Scott machine, and we got one spinning in 3 and 4. They keep going, we stay green, and no, we don't. We got contact, and they're running each other up the back straightaway. Caution's out. There goes the medium, but it's actually Scott that goes around there.
Austin Long.
Austin Long with a problem, and the caution is out. That's Austin Long. We had already had one car spin between 3 and 4. They kept it going. We stayed green, and then Austin Long got a bumper from Pierce. Bounced off of him again, got into Casper. Big save by the 62, but he lost momentum. That's Dominique Lumley, and this puts us under another caution flag here.
Yeah, it looks like
11 laps to go. There's been more caution laps in Sportsman than there have in the entire night, it seems.
Yeah, the stadium stocks only had 3 cautions. We had 4 or 5. I think we run more caution laps than we did green flag laps in the first race, and here we are about to do the same thing in this one. But you gotta expect things like that when it comes to these small tracks. You know, guys trying to get to the front as fast as possible. You know, it's gonna be interesting. When you come to small tracks like this, you never know what's going to happen, and looks like we're working on maybe getting some people back to the back of the field. I'm not too sure what's going on here.
Tyler Staley, 31. He's up in front. Ollie Ferguson, 2nd. Then it's going to be Chase Pierce, 3rd. They're 1, 2, and 3. Timothy Walter, followed by Billy Gregg, top 5. That's the way they are, single file. We are officially halfway home, 10 down and 10 to go. I'm going to try to stay here with you till the end of it. I've got another iRacing broadcast obligation with the NASCAR Cup Series, Cody. I'd already committed to. I'm going to try to hopefully finish this one out. You might have to handle post-race, but we're ready to see if Kyler Staley, up 3 spots, can pick up this win here. It's not done yet. We'll have about 9 Make it 8 laps to go when they come back to the restart zone, and the green flag flies right now here at Irwindale.
And Pierce already looking to the inside of the 55 machine for second. Pierce wanting to win all 3 of them tonight, Wesley, as they work back down the backstretch into 3.
Into 3 and 4. Looks like we were trying to stack them up for a crossover. Behind them, Greg Staley and Walter fighting it out. They run. Wow, holy cow, they run Walter up the track. And we got cars spinning. We were 3 wide for just a moment.
Wow.
Monkey in the middle was Wyatt Sapp. Around goes Reed in 14. We got another car spinning off of 4. And the caution is out with 7. Now making 6 laps to go. And the 29 now spinning as well, a Metcalf.
You know, Wesley, I've got to go back and we've got to see, look at the near miss with this. Wow! The 29 machine of Timothy Walters, and mayhem was everywhere.
And Walters got pushed out of the racing groove, right? I mean, they were trying to drive him off into the pit area.
Yeah, they were like, you got to go out there. So, definitely
There's
mayhem.
a race going on, and we don't want you in it anymore.
Right. Looks like one that goes out, so we're coming to green this time, Wesley.
Cody, where is the Madhouse Racing League going to be at next Wednesday night?
I believe. Let me get the schedule pulled up here.
You hold that thought. We're coming back to green. Single file. Restart with 5 to go. As right now, Kyler Staley up in front, the pride of Bowman Gray Stadium. You know that name a lot. The Staley name, very popular. Kyler and Zach Staley at Bowman Gray Stadium at the Madhouse. And right now, with the laps winding down, 4 laps to go. It is Staley, the Pied Piper, up in front. Now 3 remaining as there's more contact. Dominique Lumley, but Lumley bounces off Staley's car, the driver door, and around goes the 62 with Dominique Lumley. We're under caution.
We take a replay look here. Lumley sat battling hard there for the 6 and 7 position. Then Lumley gets to the inside of the 7 machine of Zach Staley, Kyler Staley's dad, and bumps him, and around goes the 62 machine.
Yeah, you think of Zach Staley, Kyler Staley, very popular names, obviously, at Bowman Gray Stadium. There's the Velocita entry, number 31, leading the way. That's the Ford of Mr. Kyler Staley. Man, that's a champion at Bowman Gray Stadium as well, Cody. He's won in the, I want to say, the sportsman class.
I think I was talking to him the other day. I believe his highest finishing in the championship, and he has won the race.
Oh, it's over. There you go. So they decided to call it under caution. And so winner of race 1, Chase Pierce, got all the way back up to 2nd. He will come up 1 spot shy from trying to sweep the twin 20s. Kyler Staley is going to win. Kyler Staley is going to win race number 2 for the Sportsman 20s. Where are we going to next week for the Madhouse Racing League, Cody? Always fun working with you, buddy. Hopefully we'll do it again soon.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And be at Martinsville. And then we got 3 races left on the season. Looks like it's going to be Martinsville. And then Wilkesboro will end the Wilkesboro will be after that, and then the Nashville Mini for the championship. That's going to be interesting.
Well, by the way, thanks to the Staleys for inviting me. I think, what is it, Kyler Staley? Is he the guy that operates all this chaos and mayhem with you, Cody?
Yes, sir, and he has joined the booth with us, Wesley.
There we go. Well, guys, I've got to part ways, so Cody, please carry us the rest of the way, man, and I will see you guys again another time. And, of course, Kyler Staley, winner here in race 2 of the Sportsman Twins at Irwindale. Cody's got the winner now.
Kyler Staley, man, was talking to you before the race started, and we're struggling as you're getting a celebratory high five there from your race competitors. Man, you were struggling with the gear and struggling with the setup, and looks like you come out here on top with the setup.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm trying to get my damn dad to do some burnouts with me, but he's trying to crash me. Yeah, the setup, man, I didn't think when I put this track on the schedule that nobody really had a setup. I definitely didn't. I don't know, man. I just tried like hell. I knew I was faster than Ollie. I knew I was faster than the 44. I just got by them as quick as I could. Missed a wreck right there with Billy and Austin, and I just sent it. Went for it all.
Well, and was watching there, and looks like the race entered under checkered flag. Not the way you wanted to win it, I'm sure.
Nah, I don't know. I had it set up as green, white checkers like I do every week. I don't know why it didn't do it, but
well,
it is what it is. I'll take it. It's a win.
Friends, family, sponsor-wise, you want to thank for getting you done?
Velocita Privacy Fence Solutions, Motorsports on Main, Greg's Old Lexington. Let's see. You for broadcasting, and all these guys that come out here and spend their damn Wednesday and Sunday nights with us.
All righty. Well, that's a word with the 31 machine of Kyler Staley. Congratulations on the race win, and hopefully we'll see you back here on Victory Lane before the season's over.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All righty. Taking a quick look at the race summary. 4 cautions for 12 caution laps for 4 lead changes. And coming home with the win will be Kyler Staley. Chase L. Pierce comes home second. Ollie Ferguson third. Billy Gregg fourth. Zach Staley fifth. Wyatt Zapp sixth. Austin Long seventh. Jackson Casper comes home eighth. Timothy Walters ninth. And Dominic Lumley rounds out your top 10. Cooper Metcalf comes home 11th. Colton Brooks 12th. And Cooper Reed 7 laps down comes home 13th. Well, that's going to do it for here for everybody on Elevated TV. Appreciate Wesley for coming in here and jumping in here and doing things with us. And can't thank him enough for all he does over here for us on Elevated TV whenever he can jump in here and broadcast with us. We appreciate it so much. And appreciate each and every one of you guys that come out and tune in to watch these guys each and every night on Sundays and Wednesdays. And can't wait to do it again and Sunday night at Martinsville. For everybody at Elevated TV and the Madhouse Racing League, we will see you Sunday night.